Hi. Hi, Abigail. Hi. It's your girl Willow. Um, so I want to make a video about the fish tanks that I'm keeping and um, how I'm taking as good care of them as I can. The plants I have, I don't know exactly the names of many of the plants, and the fish and shrimp, and Abigail as well. Hi, Abigail. Abigail, how are you? You always like to come when I talk. Okay, this is the newest shrimp tank. There's no fish in here whatsoever, but I have had this cycled, and there are a couple shrimp in here that are going to have babies. You can see the one on the log, but that's a male. And there's another male in the feeding dish down here. You can see him at the lip. Maybe the female's inside this little cave. I don't know. I can't remember. Is this Java moss, Christmas moss? On the left side, there's hygrophilia, I think, and more Java moss. And back there, something related to hornwort, big, tall, feathery plant. Can't remember the name of that plant in the back, but these are cryptocorns with the purple leaves. They thrive pretty well. So you can see that because the glass is new, a lot of the substrate and water, everything else has been cycled, so the bacteria is healthy in this tank. Here comes a female, I think. Is she coming around? Is this a female? I think that might be one of the males. Don't know what I'm saying. Go in the cave, it's cool. Put the cave there for you. But anyway, I have the feeding dish so that so that the food doesn't really get throughout the gravel substrate. But that's the fish tank, first tank. Can't talk tonight. But I want to focus on just having the babies survive from the golden back yellow neocaridina shrimp. This is the second tank. There are 3 baby endlers in here. But also, these are the blue dream shrimp. There's one on the stone here. That's just a baby. There's a little... Some of them are deeper blue than others. This is another 7.5 gallon. It's exactly the same type of tank as the other one. So it has that, well, I've got a light on top of it, but there are, I think, 1 or 2 different types in here. I have a white shrimp somewhere hiding. I love it when they do their acrobatics and swim around like that. I think he smells food or he's looking for a female. But these were all newborn babies when these didn't exist when I got this tank. They're all growing up pretty quickly. Where's the parents? This is one of my favorite plants, this cryptocorn. Purple, well, it's sort of a rusty color. Oh, is that? No, that's, yeah, that might be one of the parents back there. Where did that white one go? Where are you? You're really good at hiding. Ooh. Here's one that I can see back there. Hiding behind, up by the filter, but you can see it's fanning its, being, maybe that male was looking for her, but she has eggs ready to drop. What is up with this plant here? Well, that's just some kind of hair algae. It looks pretty nasty. But it is something else that deals with the nitrogen cycle, so I leave it in there. Mother Nature works her magic, and as long as there's enough other plants, the algae won't take over. So I just need to decrease the feeding and such. So let me go over to the 10 gallon, which has, there are 3 baby endlers in here as well. But this is the Bloody Mary, I think that's what they're called, the Bloody Mary red shrimp. They're all neocaridinas, but you can see how deep red they are. Let's see, where are all you guys? This tank really has a population explosion. She's pretty deep red. And they're very happy and healthy. The fact that they have a lot of babies is an indication of how healthy and happy they are. I don't think that I had most of these. Most of these are newborns that grew up in my tank, but they grew up pretty quick. This is I can't remember the name of this moss ball, but they look nice, and they sell them for beta tanks, or people say beta. Okay, so this net here is hanging because I have some eggs sitting in it from one of the mothers. She dropped her eggs. They fell out of her spinneret area. And if you could pick them up and put them in like a net or a trap pipe that has circulation in it with, so that predators can't get the eggs. The baby guppies might pick at them. The other shrimp would leave them alone, but you can't really see the eggs in there, but they're a few more days from hatching. So the bubbles beside it helps to circulate the water so that they don't get covered with fungus. Or is it mold? Fungus? It's mold. So this is just a molt. When they get bigger, they grow, they shed their skins, and they actually eat the skin afterwards. Somebody else eats it. That's pretty. Zoom out. I go all the way around this tank here. Most of the tanks have feeding dishes, and here's the feeding dish. But I put the food in there, try to keep the gravel substrate cleaner, and I don't like the orange, pink, neon, coral colored gravel, but that came with the tank. Where did she go? There's one. But you can see that white triangular area on their back, on its back. Those will eventually become eggs and then move down to her swimmeret area, and then they'll hatch and become plenty of babies. Whoops, why am I zoomed in so far? So many times I just view this tank from this side because this is where I'm working from. You can see there's rubbing alcohol, but there's my laptop. This is the back of it, really. Out there is the living room, so And that's where the other fish tank, that's where the other shrimp tank was. And here's this one. And then I'm sitting at my laptop. And here's the first one. Let me take you into the bedroom now. We're in my bedroom, and I have two 20-gallon tanks and a 10-gallon. Mostly these are the Guppies and endlers and a couple expectant mothers, but all of the tanks have some freshwater shrimp in them as well, and a lot of really cool plants. So let me flip this around and we can look at the first tank. Okay, here's the crazy bedroom bed fish tanks. And this is the other 10-gallon tank. Let me see, where is she? So this is mostly mixed shrimp, and there are a lot of plants in here for a reason, so that the guppies that are in here. There's also an endler who, she was pregnant, she already had her babies, but I need to move her back in the other tank. But I feel like she's keeping this guppy company. I can barely see the guppy in the back, but yeah, the side has so much algae on it, but that's good for the fish too. The shrimp love that stuff on the side there. Here she comes. Where is? Come on. There she is. But this is it's called Red Dragon Half Moon, and the female is more, well, she's got red in the tail and black, and she's, I don't know, she's really big. Let's see if I can get her to come up to the top. If I just move the plants, I think something's up. These plants are for the baby guppies. Even though she hasn't ever tried to eat any of the babies that I've seen in here. She thinks something's up. There she is. She went to the back. Come on, baby. She's beautiful, though. I have never really seen too many female guppies that are this beautiful and colorful. I know what I can do, but I don't want to feed again. Well, yeah, I can always feed a very little bit. Where are you, baby? Let me go to the 20 gallons. So these are the 20 gallons. In this tank, it's all females and juveniles. So when the babies are big enough to not ever be eaten by other adults, they can come in here. And this tank also has a variation of the red shrimp exclusively. And I can see a couple of them, but they vary from red, white to where is it? To even a brown shrimp. It's right there. Oh yeah. I'm trying to focus on it. And here's one running away. They do such cool acrobatics, though. Oh, at the top, behind on the filter there, you can see it. See where the water's coming in? There's like onion root looking thing. They're roots from pothos. So I've got a pothos plant right there. And I just put the stems through, and the roots are also filtering the nitrogen out of the water. Let me see. There's a lot of algae on this side. Here's the male. Well, he's not looking too. He ate a lot, and he's been a little bit of a piggy. This feeding dish, a couple of the guppies have figured out that when I feed the shrimp, that they can just go sit in there and eat the whole piece of food. We'll get that figured out. This is the next 20-gallon. And these are my little boys, the endlers and the Japan blue, the Japan gold blue double sword? I don't know. Blue gold double sword. What would you call that? Doing the show. They have more of a bluish hue when the light hits them the right way. Whoa, where are you going? And there's a few different types of endlers in here. He might be my favorite, this little red endler, but I'm not sure. They're all my favorite. I always like this snakeskin pattern that appears on any of the, that's a wild guppy trait. You can see it on a couple of those guys. He's a little boring, but he's got a peacock spot, that circle with light around it, and snakeskin. Come on, focus. It's, why are you coming here? I see you. Where'd you go? I just love endlers. I really, I can look at these little guys. I know I've got a problem, it's okay. I'm good. So also in this tank, there's some more golden back yellow shrimp. With the bright stripe down their back. And I can't see too many lately, but they go and hide. So my first approach was to put a bunch of rocks in here so they could, like a rock pile, so they would feel safe, and then they could breed. And I mean, the babies would live, but with all these males in here, I haven't seen any babies come out of this tank. I'd like to see one before I stop filming in this tank. Oh, here's one on the back side of that leaf. For the most part, the fish leave them completely, leave them alone. Oh, here's another one down here behind. And the babies are just too small, and you know how fish is, they just try to swallow everything. They try to eat everything. So if they can catch up to it and put it in their mouth, they'll either spit it out or swallow it. And I think a baby shrimp usually gets swallowed. So the first approach didn't work by putting all of these rocks in here, at least not, you know, it wasn't noticeable. Like, I wasn't seeing any babies. There might be babies, that's the thing. You might never know. They're really good at hiding. The first few weeks of their life, they just live underneath, behind. They stay out of the way. And they just eat the biofilm. But there's another one going over the horizon. I can't see it anymore. I see a little bit of that blue hue. Come on. I think if I bring the light forward, you can see the blue. And some of them. They just look like they're gold. Really. Hey, you're pretty. Oh, come back. Where'd you go? There he is. So a lot of these they were born here and they haven't even matured the full ways, but they get a little bit of a color in the dorsal fin. You see the difference, these two gold ones. Hey, leave him alone. Okay, I might be making you seasick by moving this camera around. Here he's going to do some gymnastics in the water. That shrimp just swam up to that plant. They're so agile. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed my tanks. These tanks are so beautiful to me and relaxing. And I just love to see them growing up. Oh, let me just point the camera at the dresser. Oh no, there's a white shrimp. That's crazy, huh? So I just put a little bit of food in here, and she should go up to get it. Look at that white shrimp back there. Oh, it's down there in the bottom. Look at her colors when I bring the light forward. Isn't she pretty? I guess yellow is in the tail. It's got a little bit of red. Where's your sister? Here she comes. She's an endler. And I think she's a tagger. What is it called? The yellow leopard, tagger, leopard, or tagger. I'm not sure. She's so pretty. Oops. If I really zoom in on that area, you can sometimes see eyeballs. She's so pretty. They're best friends, but when it comes to food, sometimes... Oh no, look, I've got drips on the front. This looks real good. Oh, here's a baby endler. Come on, turn sideways. So small. would make a good animated wallpaper. Or here's two baby endlers. Where are your... There's one. Okay, I'm going to stop recording.